Welcome back, you guys. Today I want to talk about something like underlying sad, because do you ever have those days where you kind of just want to wallow? I know. I hate being in this mindset, but I just feel like, lately. And yeah, I'm going to try and put like a positive spin on it, because I don't want to come on here and have you guys wallow with me. You know, I want there to be like some underlying positivity with this. A silver lining of positivity. Let's say that. But I also feel like this is an important thing to talk about, because I feel like this is something that we all go through and nobody really talks about. So this is, I think, one of the hardest lessons that I have ever learned in my entire life. And I feel like I keep relearning this over and over and over and over again, is that nobody is coming to save me. Now, you might argue that religiously that's not true. Let's take the religious aspect out of this, because let's say that that is true, then that is an entirely different conversation. Like, in life, in our current life, because even if you want to say that, like, religiously that is true, that's in another life, essentially. So let's just say in this life that we currently live, I think the hardest and most important lesson that we need to learn in life is that nobody is coming to save us. When you think about the hardest time in your entire life, who got you through it? Maybe there were people. Maybe there were. And lucky for you, I hope you cherish those people. And I hope that those people are still in your life, if that was the case and they got you through it. And I'm not going to say that there aren't people, you know, who come into our life at a certain time and who disappear later on, but that, you know, I think that people come and go in waves. You know, I think that there are people in our life who are in our life at a certain time because we needed them at that time, and God knows where we would have been if they weren't in our life at that time, you know, but then they no longer are in our life at a certain point, and that's okay, because they were there when we needed them, and that's okay. What kind of sucks is the fact that we have to look back at that time and remember them as part of it. Maybe this is why I struggle to believe that people are there to essentially save me at some time in my life, because I try to forget the times that there were people in my life that got me through it. You know what I mean? But I also feel like at the end of the day, did they really get me through it? I'm also struggling to come up with an example of a time that somebody in my life had genuinely helped me through that time. And I'm talking people who aren't doctors, who aren't a nurse, like friends who were genuinely there. Or family who was genuinely there. You know, the absolute worst times in my life, there was nobody. Nobody. I was writing about this the other day because I had rediscovered something that I had written a little bit ago, and I was trying to like sort of change my perspective on it, you know, years later, and I realized I feel like my perspective on this was actually better years ago than it is now, because my perspective now is, I was like, why is it that there are currently people in my life who I feel like don't ease my anxiety? And I wrote this, and then I was looking at what I wrote, and I was like, it's not their place. It's literally nobody's job to ease my anxiety except my own. Why would I be expecting somebody else to do that for me? And basically, the conclusion that I came to years ago was that it was my own job. And my own conclusion to that was that nobody was coming to save me, and I had to save myself, and I needed to be fully aware of that. And I don't know why my perspective on that, I guess I feel like, has shifted to trying to believe that there is still someone trying to save me. I don't want to drag religious aspects into this because I wanted this to not be like religious, because as I said, I'm trying to focus on like the present world. But I do believe that the reason we all long for this idea so badly is because this is something that we desire. I mean, I am religious and I don't want to drag that into this episode exactly, because I feel like that's not where I'm trying to go with this, but I do believe that why else would we desire something like this so badly if it's not something that is supposed to be true? In this spiritual realm, this is something that we long for so badly. And the only reason I feel that we don't actually find it in anyone on this earth, that we don't find that fulfillment, that closure, that feeling, that longing that just never seems to be satisfied, is because it's not supposed to be filled by someone on this earth, because it never will be, because nobody on this earth can fill that void. It takes something supernatural. It takes the one person who actually can fulfill it, the one person who actually will come to save us. That's what it takes for us to realize that we're actually saved. This is so not where I wanted to go with this video, but here I am. I think we should just call this like a post-Easter episode, because this totally just kind of flows. Also, I plan these in advance, so it's close to Easter time now, and I should have done this like a month ago, but here we are. So anyway, no wonder I'm sad, because Easter always makes me so sad, and I hate that, because Easter's supposed to be like so much fun and it's full of excitement and finding Easter eggs and like all these exciting things, and I'm just like over here every year. I don't know why, but I'm also in white. This totally fits. Okay. I honestly don't even know where else to go with this. The bottom line is, I feel like that's the hardest lesson that I have ever had to learn, but it's also the most important lesson that I have ever had to learn, is that nobody is coming to save me. And when I look back, every hard situation I've been through, the common denominator is always me. It's always me. And that's the hardest thing, again, the hardest pill to swallow. But once you get it down, once you digest that pill, you realize it's me. Like, all that I am looking for is right here. I just need to realize that, and I need to swallow that pill and stop looking and start looking inside for what I am lacking to bring to myself. And I feel like there is nothing greater than just turning to yourself for these things, because you're not going to have to wait on anyone else. If you're like me, you hate waiting. Waiting, contrary to a lot of opinions, waiting for me does not raise the value of anything. I know, because people say like excess is ordinary and rare is value. I hate waiting. I hate waiting. When I want something, I want it. And I don't mean this to sound like I'm super impatient, because that's not really the case. It's just that when I expect something, I expect it when I want it. I can wait for my food in a restaurant. I can wait the line in the grocery store. I'm an only child though, so when I expect something, I expect it. Waiting for it does not make me, like, I can wait for my packages, another example. because I know it's coming. When it's unforeseen, if I don't know when it's coming or if it's even coming at all, I just say forget the idea, because it feels out of control and I can't deal with that. And this is why I think it's so comforting to me knowing that I hold all of the answers in myself, because I am in complete control of what happens in my life. It's all up to me. I am the one who can save myself, and that's on me. Nobody else. It's the hardest thing to learn, but when you learn it, your life can change. And this is something I'm currently rediscovering with myself, and I feel like you're going to rediscover it over and over and over again in your life in so many different circumstances. But I think it's the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, is to learn that. And if you are interested in booking a free discovery call with me one-on-one, coaching is truly, I think, the best way to discover yourself. The process of coaching is not what people think. It's not like I tell you what to do. I help coach you through your own mind and what you personally believe the answer is for yourself. I help bring yourself the answers out of yourself, because I help you bring the answers out of yourself, more so to speak, because coaches believe that everyone holds the answers in themselves, and it's just hard to see it sometimes. So we can help you navigate your own brain and your own understanding in a way that makes more sense to yourself. And when you have that realization in yourself, that's when your life changes. Not when somebody tells you, maybe this is what you should do, but when you realize it yourself. So that being said, if you are interested in booking a free discovery call with me, the link will be in the description below. You can also follow me on almost any social media platform at Make Waves Coach, and also at Mermaid Cassandra, as I am a professional mermaid. And also check out my podcast, Make Waves Mermaid Cassandra, available every place podcasts are found. I will talk to you guys soon in the next episode. Go out there and make waves.